Guys, OBS really changed some shit, and I don't know what it is. So we got music from the game again. But fuck, man, I gotta figure out why OBS isn't giving me game audio. I still got my controller set up, I believe. Yep. All right, I'm gonna press play on this. What is up, people? It is time for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Holy shit! Here, let me grab these headphones. I didn't even know the music was about to be playing, but goddamn, the music in this game is so good, so good. This is my favorite game of all time. If you don't know, this is why I want to play it. I have the Pokemon Direct on in the background right now, so I can just time myself and give myself. I want to talk about that Pokemon Direct, so this seemed like an appropriate video to do that in. But they're showing Mystery Dungeon on the screen right now, and I'm so excited for this new Mystery Dungeon game because this game right here truly is my favorite game of all time. All time. Let me see if I can. Oh, I don't want to cut the image too much, but give you guys something clean to look at. We're gonna hop right into this bitch. The early part of this game, pretty slow, I'm not gonna lie, so I do want to read some stuff and give you guys some of the story because I think the story of this game is pretty fire. It's one of the reasons I really fell in love with this game when I was a kid. That last scene, just up by Temporal Tower and the fight against Brown Dialga, some powerful stuff. All the bosses in this game are freight? All the bosses in this game are great too, but just something special about the story of this game. Do you find it important? But yeah, this quiz is fun. I remember looking up, it's some little Timmy effect now, right? You can just pick whatever Pokemon you want to be. Back in the day, we had to go on GameSpot.com so that you knew what answers to the quiz so you could get whatever Pokemon you wanted. This game is so fun, though. So I'm going to edit a lot less in this. This is probably going to be like a 20-minute video, and I'm intending on cutting nothing. Hopefully I can actually talk the whole time. I don't see that as being a problem. Do you think you have good study habits? No. Almost failed high school because I hated studying. I passed tests, don't do homework. Never study, boy. Let me get this curse out of here too, sorry. Yes, we all have. I'll probably just tell him I want to go. Don't be a pussy. Don't be a pussy. Jump on that bed, baby. Alright. I remember. I'm a male. Alright, we're going to get right into this. Did it ask me if I play Pokemon Diamond or not Diamond? Normally it asks you though, did you play Explorers of Sky or did you play Time or Darkness? Because then you get more Pokemon to convert to your team once you start playing the dungeons, if you did. And that's just really fire because having more Pokemon on your team is so fire, especially late game. Okay, we got that Cyan Bow. Or Aqua Blue, same thing. Guess I'm colorblind. Do you know that it's more likely for males to be colorblind? I feel like most people who took psychology know that basic fact, but I'm naive and innocent. What a strong sense of curiosity I have. An artistic spirit restrained by social conventions. When you overdo it, other people can have a hard time keeping up with you. Have you noticed people looking at you oddly? That's rude. Thanks, Pokemon. Hey, I got Chimchar though. That's fire. I'll take it. I'll take it. I like the quiz. I think it's fun. Like, even if you... I think it's fun. I'm going to grab Riolu, because Riolu is... The first time I played this game, he's the mon I got. Actually, very funny story. The first time I played this game, I don't remember what the level is called, or else I would name him after that. I'm just going to call him No Hit. Because basically, the first time I played this game, I got Riolu. I was like, oh, that's really cool. I'm going to make my partner a Munchlax. And so that's what I did. And then if you know this game, once you get to the plot twist, there's a world, there's a dungeon you have to beat, and there's just 90% ghost types. I think it's like all ghost types, sometimes an Onyx, sometimes a Magnemite or something. Like, it's just the worst area to have a fighting type and a normal type Pokemon, and that's it, because I couldn't hit shit, and I had to restart the game. I probably didn't have to restart the game, but dumb kid me was like, yeah, I'm not gonna get through this area like this. Probably could have found a TM or something. Here's the opening to this game. Reference to Link's Awakening, probably. I don't know, but it's classic opening to a lot of things in gaming now, and that's because of Link's Awakening. So even if it's not a direct reference, it's just still really nice to have. The storm open up, beautiful. All this pixel work is beautiful. I'm a big sucker for pixel art animation. That's something I don't talk about a lot, but you can see reflected in the games I play. KOF, this fucking JoJo's I played. Like, I play Unist as a fighting game, one of my favorite fighting games. All pixel art animation. I'm not very good at it, but the level of detail you can get, and there's just something so beautiful about pixel animation when it's done super well. Where am I? I have been turned into a Pokemon. Young Chimchar sprawled out. Look at them limbs. He's sprawled out. Wait, hang on. Can I switch these? No, I'm just gonna make him big. Look at them limbs. My boy's sprawled out. It's okay. We alright. We alright, Chimchar. Get your ass up, bro. Oh, fuck. I gotta press the... Get your ass up, bro. So, I want to talk about this Pokemon DLC, obviously. Because I got this trailer up in the background. They're showing the Isle of Armor outfits right now, and that's something I'm super hyped for. I think outfits in Pokemon really disappointed me this time around, right? Because we got them in X and Y, which is one of the only Pokemon games I didn't play. It was that in Black and White, too. I think everyone has their little Pokemon gap, right? So even the biggest Pokemon fans like me, there's going to be a couple Pokemon games that you miss out on and then come back to. I really liked Alola, I think, because it was that game that I came back to, and also because I had went to Hawaii right before that fucking game came out, so just... a lot of nice coinciding there for me. But something about coming back to a Pokemon game after a break, I think, really makes the Pokemon game feel better to you, no matter what it is, because that nostalgia just hits extra hard. I know Sword and Shield hit like that for a lot of people, even though the story's not great. It still hits every single nostalgia beat that it needs to hit, and it's on the Switch, so a lot of people are jumping back in and getting those vibes that I got last gen. But I'm really excited to see more outfits, like I was saying, because I feel like in Alola and Kalos, the hairstyles and the outfits weren't that crazy. We got a decent amount of stuff, and then I was hoping in Galar after Breath of the Wild, and even seeing games just like GTA 5, character customization is such a huge thing now, right? So I assumed we would get a lot more options, and we did not. But seeing that there's 200 more coming, that's pretty hyper. 100 more, however many they said. I'm excited. I'm also excited for the fact that hopefully there's new hairstyles. I think we saw Chairman Rose's and Marnie's hairstyle, but I'm hoping we get some more African-American hairstyles straight up. Because it sucks I can't have an afro. I get braids or some nasty Caesar cut, bro, that no black man would ever rock in his life. That's the only way you get a fade, though. I want an afro, that's it. Straight up. And there's, you know the little things on the left side when you're doing raid battles and your friends do raid battles? They have little caricatures of characters up there. And one of them is a nigga with an afro. But you can't have an afro in the game. That shit pisses me off. So, one thing you guys have probably noticed since I've been back on YouTube is how fucking terrible I mumble. I don't know whenever I developed the habit of mumbling, but I just did it right there. My brain just knows what I want to say, and so I try to say it way too fast because I'm trying to think about the next thing I'm going to say after I have already said that. It's not a bad... I mean, it is a bad thing. It's a bad look. It's not a good look. See what I'm saying? Thinking too fast. I'm not even high yet today. Real talk. We're waking up. We're about to do our first mission. I got the missions thing up in the top left here because even though it's not super necessary, I didn't know what I was going to put in that space, right? I wanted to be able to put both screens on screen. At first, I was going to do just the top screen because it's really the most important one, but look at like shit right now. The bottom screen is apparently very important, so maybe the bottom screen's the important. Oh, did I fuck up? I definitely fucked up. Hang on. Y'all, no one told me the top screen is just the controls most of the time. Hang on. I'm not gonna edit that out either. This is what this series is. This is the no editing classic YouTube gameplay series where we just play and that shit stays it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. Nice to meet you. We woke up on the beach. We discovered this pussy. He's a pussy, but he's cool. But he's a pussy, but he's cool. I mean, he's a pussy, but like he has to be a pussy because that's what makes the story of this game so good is his character growth. Your partner's character growth, I think, is probably the best aspect of the story. Is that relationship that they form between you, a character that can't control what you feel, and your partner Pokemon. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit more when, what is my name? We'll be PMD. When we get to some more interactions. But there are a lot of little times where you think, right? Like right there, my character was just doing it when I was talking to him. My character was thinking. And this game does a really good job at making your character's dialogue ambiguous in a way that's not annoying, right? Link and a lot of the regular Pokemon games, a lot of Zelda games, Mario, if those characters have a mission or it's always very vague in the sense that you're not going to get any insight in their head. This game gives me direct dialogue that is my thoughts, but does such a great job at keeping that dialogue vague that I think a lot of people can still attach to the character. It's a lot harder of writing to do than just don't make the character say anything, but it's really worth it when some cool shit happens. He just lost his relic fragment again. again, some foreshadowing. Beautiful part of this game. The story overall, so many little things that just happen to you. Even right now, as we're on this beach, they just walked over to Beach Cave, right? And so we're going to follow them. Later when we start doing missions, instead of coming through the mission portal and going through the map, you can come down here. If you're going to Beach Cave, you can walk straight to the left. It'll take you right into the Beach Cave dungeon. Tiny shit like that is super cool. I think I told him no the first time. I think that was a thing a lot of kids do, right? You play the game and you want to see what happens if you say no to the first. A lot of games give you that first choice that's like, do you want to become the protagonist? And you're like, I mean, obviously that's why I bought the game, but what happens if I say no? So, we did become the protagonist. I remember in Scribblenauts, it's really funny if you don't, or not Scribblenauts, it was Drawn to Life. If you don't become the protagonist, the game just ends. The game just turns off. It's really funny. So we gotta get to the fifth floor? Press A? Oh, I'm not in the... We gotta get to the 4th floor here. However, I don't know what the however is. It shouldn't be that bad, actually. We got Chimchar Riolu. Let me look at my move list. However, I don't have a stylus. That's a big thing. Why am I... Can I set a move for myself? Oh, I'm on that. That's fine. Can I use my set move with button commands? Yeah, okay. That's all that matters. I'm used to using my set move with the stylus because that's how you play this game. Also, can we just talk about how much of a jam we're off to straight from the beginning at Beach Cave? This shit's fucking fire. Like I said, I have this Pokemon Direct in the background, so I don't want to try and just derail immediately too fast, right? But I do want to talk about some of the shit that's going on. They just showed Urshifu. Holy fuck, is that Pokemon cool. That might be my favorite legendary Pokemon now, straight up. I don't know if I had a favorite legendary Pokemon before. My favorite Pokemon is Zoroark. I know that's, there's some people out there that give Zoroark a bad look. That's all I'm gonna say, but ability is dope. That movie is dope. The design is dope. I like Zoroark. She's a cool Pokemon. Yes, I did say she, because if you're running a male Zoroark, there's something wrong with you. That Pokemon is clearly female. There are Pokemon in this world that are clearly female and male, and if you defy that, there's something wrong with you. But this Urshifu motherfucker needs to be put in Tekken, bro. This is just Ryu and Akuma. This Pokemon is my favorite legendary Pokemon now, easily. Either you fucking... I want to know how you get the 2 evolutions, too, because I hope it's some Dark Hado type shit to get the single strike style. I'm going to probably go for the water type one, because I want to name him Ryu. Having young Akuma would be pretty cool, though. I just love they put a stance switch Pokemon in this game. He looks so aggressive, too. He really does look like he should be in a fighting game. Wonder Tiles. Wonder Tiles are something I really didn't know about in this game when I first played it. Basically, it's like Haze. It's Haze, but a tile. That's it. We're almost there. Normally, I try to explore a little bit in Beach Cave, even though, like, fuck Beach Cave. But it just helps if I can get, like, a Blast Seed or something before we fight Coughing and Zubat. So I'm not going to go on these stairs right away. What do we get? Sleep Seed? Blast Seed? Yeah, Sleep Seed. I'll take it. Alright. But we're back in this bitch. About to fight Coughing and Zubat. Pretty easy fight overall. And since I got that Sleep Seed on that 4th floor, it's gonna be pretty easier because I think I'm gonna put Coughing to sleep, honestly, because Zubat's less annoying than Coughing. Coughing's not necessarily strong, but he gets Flare or Explosion or something. He can do 3 tile damage in front of him with one of his moves, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not yet. Maybe that's not till the full team Skull fight. But on the off chance that he is doing that, I think we put him to sleep first. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, he poisons me. Fuck. It's not good. Hang on. I misplayed already because I'm not used to having to use this analog stick instead of the D-pad. Okay. I got 2 turns in a row, though, because I got them all to move with me. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this at this nigga now. We're going to... Okay. He's not waking up, so that's fine. I am the only one taking Zubat damage right now, but I should be able to just beat Zubat. As long as Coughing stays asleep. Oh god, he just used Foresight? Why did you just use Foresight, bro? If I lose right here, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad if I lose it. Okay, Zubat's dead. We're not losing. This battle's easy as fuck. They're dead. We're not losing. I was scared for nothing. That poison. This is what I'm saying. He poison gas. I'm pretty sure poison gas hits 3 tiles in front of you. I did not mean to walk into that motherfucker. I hit up on the D-pad, and that's up diagonal for me on accident. So, we got the Rainbow Starship piece back. I mean the Relic Fragment. Sorry, that's spoilers. Crown Tundra DLC, also looking pretty nice. I'm definitely more excited for the first pack because me and someone were talking the other day. I'm very curious about how gameplay is going to end up looking in these new Pokemon DLCs. But the first one looks like it's going to overall have better gameplay. Crown Tundra is going to be very tedious, I'm assuming. We're exploring dens. You're exploring with coal miners and shit. I see a lot of go do this, come back, go do this, come back. You know, and who knows, there might end up being another whole, oh, if you can exploit your Switch like this, the whole DLC is faster, like the raid battles. So, no idea what's going to come there, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot more tedious than the Island DLC, because that looks like not a ton of exploration, but a lot of battling too, and a lot of the battling in Sword and Shield really disappointed me. I feel like until you get to the last gym leader, none of the battles are hard. None of the battles in Pokemon are ever hard, but until you get to the last gym leader, they're not even like questionably challenging. The trainer location is spread out so far, camping is so easy. Like, I'm hoping that because there's like a new type battle tower thing on this island, that we get a little bit more battling and it's a little cooler. The other thing I'm excited for is these new legendaries. Obviously, big talk, people talking about the new Reggie forms, obviously looking electric and dragon. I want to talk about these new legendary birds though, for sure. We're gonna go join the exploration team because Pussy can't do it by himself, so we're gonna do it with him. I love my man though. No hit over here, not hitting ghost types. I'm mad he gets Foresight because that means I could have just relearned Foresight. I mean, I couldn't have because I was in a story cutscene that takes me to that dungeon, but I could have relearned Foresight in that one run. Young no hit. It's okay. I'm gonna form this team. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I'm pretty sure on the chip of the game I have right now, it's Team Suicide, because I thought that was really funny. They just get so excited and yell their team name all the time, so that's not funny though. If you're struggling with mental health, there's a lot of places and a lot of people you can contact, so please do that. Text the hotline or some shit, man. For real. Hey, let's go. Again, little things like the sprite work there, it's not great, but it's so cute to see them pose. Like, everything they do when they sleep, it's so cute. Like, it's just, there's so much charm to the sprite work that the rest of these games, I'm hoping DX, has a unique art style, so I'm hoping that it gets some of that charm back, but I think Gates to Infinity was really missing something. I believe Gates to Infinity was also a remake of the first game. So that's interesting that they're remaking the first game again and not remaking this chunk or making a new story, but I'm sure we will see these Sinnoh chunks remade if we get the Sinnoh remakes, and as well if we get it's just the game just sells well, then they're going to want to make more, obviously. So, hopefully we see these games remade. I didn't ever play Gates to Infinity, unfortunately. I heard it was trash, because it was a remake of the first game, and the camera was really bad in the dungeons, I heard. And they got rid of hunger, and they just did a lot of weird stuff in that game that I heard was not great for the game overall. So, we're also not trying to get to this 4th floor anymore. So I can go ahead and take that off. No missions, baby. This is Wigglytuff's guide. So we finally made it to the guide. We're gonna get examined by Dugtrio, who actually is a Pokemon in the first. I actually don't know a lot about the first game, so I'm excited that they are remaking it for Switch, because there are some characters, there are some Pokemon that are in both of the games, and I'm wondering if they're the same Pokemon, and the guide is a development that happens after the success of exploration teams in the first game, or if it's just a different world. I really have no idea, but I'm excited for DX either way. We got Diglett checking our feet, not Dugtrio, I'm sorry, Dugtrio flips the signs, but oh no, I'm so nervous to stand on the grate. Pussy just did it. You can stand on the grate, bro. Will it tickle my feet? That's always my favorite. See, it's things like that. Like his dialogue there, he wasn't actually being a pussy. He was like, wow, that grate looks strange. Will it tickle my feet? I don't know. If you were walking up to this grate and it scared you to stand on, like if you don't walk over grates in cities and shit like that, then you could take his train of thought there as very paranoid. Or if you didn't really care, you could take his train of thought there as kind of aloof and silly. Like, is it going to tickle my feet? Like, what the fuck is this grate for? He's more questioning it than anything. So, it's a good game, man. The writing is so good. Back to these legendaries. I was talking about these birds are what I want to talk about, because the Reggies are pretty obvious. But the big thing I want to talk about with these birds is the fact that they look dual type. They're Galarian forms of the birds, right? Is what most people are assuming. Everyone's talking about Articuno Psychic type, obviously. It's going to be Psychic Ice, though, because we get a couple previews that it's physical and special attack animations, I believe, in some concept art. And he's got some Icicles, so I'm sure we're going to see Galarian dual type forms. Looking at Articuno being Ice and Psychic. And because of, I think it's so easy to tell that the Articuno is Ice and Psychic, the Zapdos to me looks fighting type, right? I've heard Electric Fire, I've heard a couple things, but the fact that his main new feature is the size of his talons, look at his big talons. And if you look at some of the concept art for what looks like his physical attack animations too, he just looks like a fighting type to me. When you think about how Pokemon redesigns things and how they just explain things in the Pokédex, it makes so much sense for him to get big feet and become a fighting type. So if you have a fighting and a psychic type, then you can pretty much peg Moltres to be dark, or, I mean, it looks like it could be dragon or poison too, but I'm pretty sure you could peg it to be dark just so that it can fit in a trio there of typings. You know, you re-type these Galarian birds, and you give them weaknesses to each other. So, the Direct actually did just turn off, and that was my timer for this episode, so I'm going to end this episode in a second. We're going to finish talking to Chatot, and then I'm going to get the fuck out of here. But also, the Link Pokemon looks really fucking dumb with his spindly deer legs. It's like Wolf Link, but Deer Link. He has those Triforce balls, bro. Big ass ball head. That thing's whack. We got Chatot, another great character. Chatot's like the Mr. Mosby of this game, right? He's such a lovable asshole. He's so uptight and concerned, but you know it's just because he wants the best for everything. And he goes a little overboard, but you learn to love Chatot for real. So all the characters on the screen right now like are great characters. Bidoof has a whole backstory that you can play. That's the thing about this game that I keep saying. It's all the little things they put in this game. You can go play backstories for half of the guild characters. It's fucking awesome. Like, does everyone do it? No. This is my favorite game of all time, and I haven't completed every fucking special episode. There are special episodes I can't complete because the game's not online anymore. But the point is, it's all the little things that people can enjoy and glean from this game that make it so fucking fantastic. So we're gonna go in here and talk to the guide master. We're gonna name our fucking exploration team, and then I'm gonna end the episode, even though there was only one dungeon. That's how the start of this game goes. Next episode, we're gonna get some exploration jobs, so we should be able to. Actually, I think we have to help Spoink before we can get exploration jobs. Sorry about the cursor. I don't know how long I was up there for. Let's name ourselves. We're not gonna be the Pokepals. Fuck, man. Wait, that's kind of funny. I don't think it's gonna let me do this. I'm gonna try though. Okay. Thanks, Riolu. I'll see you guys in the next episode.